Hi, I'm Balan Madhavan. Let us talk about an interesting branch of photography. Maybe this was there for a long time, but with digital technology made available in all our new cameras, what I'm going to talk about today has become very easy. Yes, I'm talking about time-lapse photography. We all wondered every time we saw on National Geographic or Discovery Channel where the clouds suddenly is moving very fast and streams flowing in a different form. I have wondered always, how is this possible? How can these clouds move so fast? Then I realized that it's simply a small technique that we can all use in our still cameras. Just go back a little towards moving images, and we'll realize that 24 still frames are required to make 1 second of a moving image, which means that when you watch the television series or a movie on a theater, every second you watch the movie, it is actually the result of 24 frames. So, if 24 frames are required to make 1 second of video, just imagine if you stretch this 24 in a different way, what will happen? So, that is the essence of time-lapse photography. Time-lapse is maybe a marriage between still photography and movie. So, how do we do that? We all know that our still cameras make 1 picture at a time. Unlike a movie or a video, every time you click your camera, you just make 1 picture. But just suppose if you make a series of photographs, I'm saying that you point your camera towards a landscape where the clouds are moving gently as usual in a very slow way. So what you have to do is fix your camera on a tripod, then click 1 picture. After that, maybe after 5 seconds, click another picture. After 5 seconds, click another picture. Likewise, if you make 24 pictures with a gap of 5 seconds each, you have 24 frames, right? But if you play that 24 frames stretched across a long time in a movie format, what will happen? All these 24 pictures will make an 1 second video. Just imagine you have made 240 pictures stretched. After 1 picture, you make another one. Again, you make another one with equal intervals. That's why this is also called interval photography. Nowadays, your cameras, most of the modern cameras, have an inbuilt mechanism through which you can make time-lapse videos. You don't have to click every time. You set the number of pictures required. You can also set the gap between 1 picture and another one. It can be 1 second, it can be 5 seconds, it can even be half an hour between the pictures. But eventually, through a software, when the final output is made into a movie, it becomes a fast motion. Because what we have done over 2 hours finally becomes a movie of 5 seconds or 10 seconds or 15 seconds. So that in that process, clouds will move faster, cars will move faster, people will walk faster. So it becomes surreal, which is not reality, but we are creating an artificial reality through time-lapse images. So time-lapse is an immensely beautiful way of conveying stories before the people. All you need to understand is, understand the basics of your camera. There are 2 ways primarily in doing time-lapse photography. If you want to shoot an evening which finally turns into a night, you can always use auto exposure in your camera. So when you use an auto exposure, regardless of the intensity of light, whether it is bright or it has become darker later, the camera will automatically adjust so that your time-lapse movie will have a standard steady exposure. But at the same time, if you really want to do a sunset or a sunrise, you should set your camera at the peak of the light. For example, if you want to shoot a sunset from 5:30 onwards till about 6:30, you know the light at 5:30 in the evening is very bright. So that exposure is what you need to set on your camera, and put your camera in the manual mode. Once your camera is in the manual mode, fix the camera on a tripod, set the time lapse on your camera, find where the settings are, go to the menu, find the time lapse option, and then after that set the number of pictures required. Ideally, I would recommend if you want a 10-second of fast movie in time lapse, you need 240 exposures. Sometimes you can even go 480 pictures so that you get a 20-second time lapse. Think how many seconds of time lapse movie is required, and what should be the delay between one frame and the next one. This depends on the speed of movement in front of you. If it's the sun gently moving downwards and setting in the ocean, you can comfortably put a gap between each frame like 10 seconds or 15 seconds. But if it's a street where people are moving, the delay need not be so big. It can be like 1 second gap. This is something you need to practice and work out. But however, at the end of the day, we'll get amazing, interesting pictures. So this is one simple technique I'm teaching you today. I hope you enjoyed and you will practice it. Thank you.